The TBM 930 is one of the most popular aircraft in flight simulation, and particularly so in Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane. And why? Because of its flexibility and versatility. Depending on altitude, it can cruise anywhere from between 250 and 330 knots. Clear skies or stormy weather, the TBM is up to the task, so it should be no surprise that a company has developed a bespoke throttle quadrant for the TBM 930. And I've been lucky enough to get my hands on the company's very first prototype. There's even space to mount an iPad on the unit. I believe the company is close to or has reached its final product development. And here's the kicker, you can go onto the developer's website and purchase the plans and 3D print this yourself. Or if you'd rather have a complete unit, I believe the States are now accepting pre-orders. Welcome to the SimHanger, my name's Mark and let's get started. The designer's name is Euros and his company is DIY Beyond 3D. And from his website it's clear he's a flight sim fan. I'll leave all links in the notes below. I stand to be corrected, but I think I'm only the second person to review this product. The first was VR Flight Sim Guy, who's produced 2 videos on this throttle quadrant. I'll leave links to his 2 videos in the notes below if you want to know more. But with this unit you're not limited just to VR. You can also use it with a monitor or part of a cockpit build, and with just about any sim. On the developer's website you'll be able to establish the cost for purchasing the plans for a 3D print, if you're keen to do it for yourself or you know a 3D printer that'll do it for you. Prices fluctuate, but it's around $24 or $25 for the plan. The developer has partnered with a company in the States, 3dparts.biz, and again I'll leave links in the notes below to their website. Again, they're offering a range of flight sim accessories as well as the throttle quadrant. And I'm guessing here, but I think all the products are 3D printed products. And I note from their website that they're now accepting pre-orders. At the moment, I believe this is restricted only to customers within the States. I'm not aware of what the developer's plans for a European distribution are. I used Microsoft Flight Simulator to test this product and was able to configure it all within Sim without any third-party requirements. I was able to get everything working as intended, including moving the lever to the feather position and cutting off the engine. The only exception being that in Sim, the lever did not move into the red hatched cut-off position. Here's an extract of some of my tests. I'm going to start off by testing the trim wheel, both up and down, and that's working as expected. Let's see how it reacts to smaller adjustments. That's very good. I'm happy with the trim wheel. Now let's test the aileron trim left and right. I'm expecting the quadrant in Sim to mimic exactly what I'm doing physically on the quadrant. Aileron trim working perfectly. Let's now test the flap lever, 1 notch down for takeoff and all the way down. That looks great. All good with the flaps. We'll now test the throttle, full forward, full throttle, and then back to idle. Power building nicely. Back to idle now, and now we'll lift the lever underneath and put it into reverse. Engine's now shouting at me. Back to idle. Let's now move the lever across to the feather position. That's perfect. And now lift the lever underneath the handle for engine cutoff. The developers produced a video of the throttle quadrant in a flight. Let's have a look at a few extracts from that video. Well, I hope that's given you enough information on my first look at the prototype of the TBM 930 throttle, 3D printing plans and details available from DIY Beyond 3D, and available for pre-order via their USA business partner 3dparts.biz. Moving on now to my final thoughts and opinions. What do I think of the unit? Well, I like it, and I think it's a fairly close and faithful reproduction of the actual TBM 930 throttle quadrant. Getting it configured in Sim was fairly straightforward, and I was able to get it up and running. I did have a few teething problems which required the odd tweak here and there, but at the end of the day it operated and met my expectations. We have to bear in mind, of course, that they've sent us the very first prototype of this throttle quadrant. And because it's a prototype, and for that reason only, I'm not able to attest to the product's robustness and therefore value for money. Hopefully, once the final production models are out, I will perhaps get another opportunity to give it a test, and at that point then I'll be able to make a more meaningful and direct determination. What is, however, becoming more apparent as time passes is the viability and versatility of 3D printing technology and product, ideal for those more technically minded and DIYers out there. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you found this useful and informative. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you all again soon. Take care, look after yourselves, and bye for now.